Listen, I date men that are worth over $50 million, which means that if you think asking for a black car being sent to you by just a regular person is like not achievable, you need to raise your standards. I ask them sometimes on the first date, but definitely by the second date, to give me a gift. Now, I'm not going to tell them what to gift me because I want to see how generous they are, but they are not allowed to get me flowers because I already get myself flowers every week. Like, I don't need flowers, please. And I have a cat. You're going to fucking kill her. I have like literally standards and like ways that I conduct myself. So if you, as a man who is worth $50 million, generating millions of dollars, a lot of them are worth hundreds of millions of dollars because of their businesses, and they can't do small stuff like that. They can't put a date together, something nice, something generous, like a good conversation, like talk to me about what it is that you are going to do for me, how you're going to woo me, like talk about future plans, get to know me as a person. Like, no. Also, there's like no opening my legs. That's not a thing. It's not on the table. It will never be. And I get everything that I want. They give me everything that I want and beyond, because at the end of the day, a guy who has a CEO mindset, who is telling the entire world what to do every day, wants to be told what to do. You gotta whip him into shape. Whip him. I'm not here to conform to him. I am not here to please him. He is there to please me. He is there to serve me. He is there to give me. Again, this is a very high, powerful, net worth individual. So, not your average person who's making like less than 150K. And even like between 150 to like 400, it's a similar mindset because they got bills and savings and all of that. Like, you gotta go for the millions, honey. You gotta go for the millions. And never ever sleep with them, because what if the next guy's richer that they introduce you to, and like nicer and kinder and more generous and more fun? Keep your options open.
Kings, we open here because this is the clearest job description for a bad investment ever recorded. No intimacy, no flowers, mandatory gifts by date 2. And if someone richer comes along, options open. She is not describing a relationship. She is describing a procurement strategy with a dress code. The man worth $50 million who signs up for this did not build $50 million by making bad investments. Which raises the obvious question. Does she actually have these men, or does she have a phone and a theory? A king who has built his finances knows the difference between someone who adds value and someone who extracts it. That difference is visible in the first conversation.
I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning, I'm not sucking, I'm not fucking, I'm not washing clothes and folding drawers and putting them in drawers. I'm not doing none of that shit. Unless he buys me my house in the hills overlooking the ocean in Malibu. He has invested into assets in my trust fund. I am written into his will. These niggas be scams. They want you to clean, cook, suck, fuck, fold they drawers, lay next to them while they snore, rub their receding hairlines, but mad when you ask for some money. When I be around a man, I don't do nothing. I be lazy. I'm thirsty. He gets up and gets my water. I'm hungry. He orders my food. I just stand by the car door. He opens it. How do I put my seat back? He reaches over and reclines my seat. Oh my God, I'm so cold. He covers me up. Yeah, make him work. He's a man. He's supposed to work. You just be feminine and receive.
Malibu house. Trust fund. Written into the will before she lifts a single finger. And the pitch for this arrangement? Just be feminine and receive. Kings, that is not femininity. That is a full-time, unpaid position being offered in the wrong direction. A queen brings something to the table. She does not just sit at it with a list of demands and a smile. The man who signs up for this does not get a partner. He gets a project. And a king who has built something real does not volunteer to fund someone else's lifestyle in exchange for the honor of her presence.
Why do men get mad when
No,
women...
why do women think it's okay to ask for money from men and get
It's not
mad?
okay to ask for money. Women, ladies, stop asking that man.
But he
for
wants
money.
to take me out on a date,
I
Sarah.
don't care.
But he wants to take me out. I was chilling
I love
today.
that. He's taking you out. That's the money.
I need my
That's
hair
the
done. I
exchange.
need my nails done.
Then go get it done. And why is your hair not done? And why are your nails not done? Why do you not live a lifestyle till now all of a sudden you have to go get those new things? Also, even if you had to get a brand new outfit, why don't you have outfits in the closet?
I do
Why
have
do
outfit.
you
I
feel
need a
like
new one for
man-
the date.
Why do you feel like a
I
man
need a
that
new
doesn't
one.
even know you is supposed to invest in you? Because please believe he's taking you and 3 other women out. He's not committed to you. It is so expensive for a man to date. In fact, men, stop spending money on these women. I don't think men should do more than a coffee date.
This why-
Sarah, you're not
This is why they
Unless-
call you a pick me right here.
It
You
doesn't
telling men to
matter.
stop
Unless-
spending money?
No,
What?
If she asks you for $1, don't spend any money on her. And ladies, stop
cook for all
see,
y'all
because
all
this is
summer.
look, I gotta say this. See, now I'm sitting up. Y'all done made me mad. Here we go.
You know what? I'm sick. I'm ready to go. Y'all slip about the size of your whole head.
I know. Okay, I gotta shrink down. My producer told me. Oh, God, okay. This is the thing, ladies.
Why should a man who doesn't know you fund your preparation to meet him? That question sat in the room without a good answer because there isn't one. Kings, the woman who arrives to a first date having prepared herself, paid for herself, and shown up ready to have a genuine conversation, is a completely different signal from the one who sent an invoice before the reservation was made. One of those women is a prospect. The other is an expense. File accordingly.
Why are you trying to bash me for learning from my mistakes and trying not to repeat them? Nothing is more frustrating than when men start trying to devalue you because you're a single mom and now you have higher standards. It's like they want you to keep making the same mistakes. Like, it's like, okay, you think I want to do the same shit again? Like, why are you trying to bash me for learning from my mistakes and trying not to repeat them? It literally doesn't make sense, and it's actually really fucking annoying, but whatever. We're just in a sassy man apocalypse, and I'm learning to accept it.
Learning from mistakes is admirable. Presenting those lessons as a higher price tag for the next man is a different matter entirely. The man being asked to meet the elevated standards did not create the situation that requires them. He is simply being handed the bill for a tab he never ran up. Kings, a man who knows his worth, reads this dynamic immediately. Higher standards are earned through higher value offered in return, not through higher mileage.
So many of my girls is out here trying to impress other women. Y'all keep on jumping from relationship to relationship, and then you got all the girls that's hyping y'all up like, yeah, I love this for our girls. Our girls are getting athletes. Our girls are moving on. Our girls are not putting up with stuff. But in the eye of a man, y'all look terrible. And then y'all say stuff like, we ain't doing it for the men. Then who you doing it for? Are you attracted to women? Because I know that if I'm attracted to a man or I'm attracted to men, I gotta kind of play the book based off what I'm attracted to. Y'all are playing the game in a girl way, which is a turnoff to men. But then y'all say we ain't doing it for the men. Then why are you dating the men? I'm a woman that like men, so I kind of gotta move in a classy way if I want to attract a certain kind of man. If I'm not looking to attract the girlies, then me moving like a slut to impress the girlies is not gonna fly. Me showing my body and twerking and girls saying you ate that down and clock it and all this stuff that girls are parading on is preventing y'all from finding true love because y'all don't get it. Men are not settling for the things that the girls are hyping. But whatever, man.
She said something genuinely useful here and got ignored for it. When your audience is other women, but your goal is a man, the performance is aimed at the wrong room, and men in the right room are watching the performance, noting what it reveals about priorities, and quietly walking toward the exit. A woman who moves with class because she respects herself attracts a different man entirely from one performing for a comment section. Kings, the ones worth selecting already know this. The rest will figure it out eventually.
It's so hard having a good man when your cycle's coming and you want to be crazy. This man is getting on my nerves and he's not even doing anything. And he's being extra nice. He's gonna go get me some food right now. And I told myself, I gotta get it together. Get it together. By the time he goes and gets that food and come back, I better have a smile on my face, attitude going. But I can't help it. It's my hormones.
He is getting her food, being extra kind, doing everything right. And she is in the other room practicing not being horrible to him. At least she is self-aware enough to catch it. That is more than most. But Kings, a man who has built his emotional groundedness, should not need to manage someone else's emotional weather system on top of his own. Peace is not negotiable. It is the foundation. Choose accordingly.
Kind of single.
Kind of single?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I recently broke up with someone
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, why?
because like a few months ago, it was our anniversary. After 1 year, he took me for dinner. It was a nice restaurant, but he just paid for the dinner around like 2,000.
Wait, so let me see if I understand. You broke up with this man after being with him for a year. 1 year, because he took you to a restaurant and only paid $2,000?
Yeah.
Okay, did he get you anything?
Yeah, I just normal gift around like approximately price was like 5,000.
So a $5,000 gift, $2,000 dinner. That wasn't enough?
No, we have been for 1 year together. I expected more. You know, I'm a woman.
What did you get him?
Me.
See, this is what these dudes be talking about because you're terrible. That's horrible.
I'm not.
$7,000. 1 year. And she left. Not because he was disloyal, not because he was absent, because the number on the receipt wasn't big enough. And when asked what she brought to the table, me. Just her presence. Apparently that's the going rate. Kings, when someone tells you their value while showing you their price tag, believe both.
I broke up with my boyfriend today, and not for any crazy reason. No heavy argument, nothing crazy. He's a great person. He's really such a sweet guy. He literally taught me how to love. He's gentle. Whoever gets him is going to be in for such a soft, loving life, right? But I realized I'm a very high output individual, and I have high expectations for my friends, my girlfriends. They'll all tell
Yeah, whatever. Mid, skip. Oh my gosh. Then you go into the comment section and there's a whole bunch of women saying, hey, yes, girl, never settle for good enough. It's only women that do this, by the way. It's only women that'll have a great guy. It'd be like, you know what? He's so good. He treats me right. He taught me how to love. But you know what? I think I can do better. You'll never hear a man say anything even remotely close to this. You know, I had a great woman. She taught me how to love. Like, really, my family loved her. Like, she's great with kids. She has like a great, like, she's very family oriented. Like, she does everything for me. Like, genuinely, she's like a great woman. But like, she's just not the one for me. How often do you hear men say something like that? Never, right? How often do you hear women say something like that? All the time. She went through this whole spiel. I didn't watch the whole video, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm almost certain, I don't know, shorty, I'm almost certain she just saw something better. She just saw something better that caught her eye, right? But she won't ever say that. She won't ever say that, oh, she saw something on Instagram, Twitter, maybe even real life that made her think, dang, like, I kind of want that life. I kind of want that life. The guy that I'm with, he does everything, but like, isn't there more? You know that one, there was this one comedian who was talking about Adam and Eve in the garden and how God gave them everything. And she was just like, it's just not enough, is it? What are we talking about, man? Like, for every bad decision a woman makes, there's about 5 other women backing her up saying, Yas, queen, do that. Guaranteed.
He taught her how to love. Her family approved. He treated her right. Gone. Kings, This is what happens when a good man is treated as a stepping stone rather than a destination. She took everything he had to offer, upgraded her emotional software, and used it to leave. What you water grows. What you give without reciprocation eventually runs dry. A king who has built himself does not offer everything he is to someone who is quietly shopping for an upgrade. He selects someone who has already decided he is the destination. If you are building yourself into that man right now, this channel was made for you. Hit subscribe and stay in the room with men who are moving with purpose.
So I'm watching this video of this woman who's talking about the fact that she wants to leave her husband, not because he's a bad guy. He does not hit her. He's not mean to her. He's not cruel. As far as I can tell from what she has said in the video, he's a good guy. She calls him a good guy. She goes on to say that she literally spends all day, every day in bed because that is the only way she can stop herself from picking her husband apart. She is so certain that she wants out of this marriage with this good man that she tells him she wants a divorce. And what does this man say? This man who she has been pretty vile towards, this man who she lays in bed to avoid. He says he wants to work it out. He doesn't want her to go. She says the only thing he does wrong is that he's lazy and he doesn't put in effort, which is incredible to me because at the same token, she herself says she just lays in bed all day. And when she's out of the bed, she is nasty to him. This is the world that we're living in now. So, women come on here and they say things to me that honestly don't bother me. It's more of a reflection of yourself, in my opinion. But I think the root of this is that women are living in this narrative, if you will, that whatever you feel is your truth. If you feel like you're upset, don't put in work. You shouldn't have to do that. You should have a perfect life where nothing is wrong. Your husband should be perfect. Your husband should go above and beyond constantly, even when you put in zero effort. Your husband should compensate. He should provide. He should protect. He should compensate for your shortcomings. He should be the one who wants to work it out and picks you up when you're down. He should literally be the end all be all, and he should require nothing from you. That's not marriage. That's not marriage. So if that's the world that you want to live in, then do that. And do that with whomever is accepting of that narrative. But to find these good guys, to marry these good guys, take them off the market so there's no option, because these good guys don't leave their wives. They will tough it up with you, as this man said. You put yourself first. And ladies, marriage requires selflessness. If you're not ready to put someone else before you, don't get married.
She lays in bed all day to avoid being cruel to a man she chose to marry. And when she finally asks for the divorce, he says he wants to stay. Kings, that man has been carrying a relationship on his back that his wife has already mentally left. He is willing to work it out. She is willing to record videos about it. This is not a marriage problem. This is a character problem that marriage made visible. A king who chooses his partner with discernment never ends up being the one begging someone to stay. Keep watching Kings, because the next clip is the grand finale of everything this video has been building toward.
And nobody asked for my opinion on this, but I'm going to give it anyway. The men loneliness epidemic, whatever you want to call it, is really just women not taking responsibility for men's bullshit anymore and not being projected onto. I'm going to give you a personal little story time. First time that I was sexualized, I was 9 years old, fully clothed, fully covered up. The only thing that was showing was my shoulder, and I was still told to cover up. And not only was I told to cover up, but the man that noticed that went up to my father and said, "Your daughter's going to be a problem. Better watch out for her. You're a problem right now, sir. Jail. They're waiting for you. I can make the call right now." They'd have a ball with you. They'd love to get their hands on you. They love pervs in jail. You're gonna take it up the butt. You're gonna see what you're gonna see what it feels like. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's just like this whole little men's loneliness epidemic. I don't feel bad because men are the problem. And even the best men in your life, whether that be your brother, your boyfriend, your uncle, your dad, they put you on game about other men because they know how they are themselves. They knew how they acted when they were 20. They knew how they acted when they went out to the clubs. They know what conversations were had behind closed doors. You think that your guy best friend is your friend? He's trying to fuck you. He's trying to fuck you. And even if he's not trying to fuck you, I promise you, if you gave him the chance to fuck you, he'd probably fuck you. So this is what I'm trying to say. The men loneliness epidemic, whatever it is really just women tired of men's shit. We're tired of trying to fit in these little boxes, right? That we get fit into as a child. You hear it from your mother, you hear it from your aunt. Cover up. Make sure you cook so you can be a good wife. Make sure you cook so you can feed yourself first. You know, before you worry about people pleasing, before you worry about showing up for a man that couldn't give less of a fuck about you other than the coochie that you have to provide. So I find it hilarious when men look at me crazy when I say that you guys love our coochie, but you don't love us. You guys do not see us as people. And again, I'm not talking about the good men because like I said, there are some good men out there, but majority of the men that you meet in your life, they are part men and they are part beasts. They have no sympathy and they have no consideration for you. Everything is about them. And even the women in their life that are brainwashed, right? The mama's boys. Do you know how many mothers form very inappropriate, weird, codependent relationships with their son because they have the father's face and now he can't do any wrong in the mom's eyes? I've been there. I've had my experience with that. I'm good. And another thing, before I continue further, if you're bald, if you don't pay your child support, if you have cheddar teeth, if I looked into your profile and I zoom in and it looks like you just took a bite out of a sandwich, you understand? That beer belly has reached its extent. Don't let me find you in my comments. Because if you resonate with what I'm saying, that is a reflection of you. People love to, you throw subs, whatever I say, whatever truth I'm speaking, if you feel that you resonate with that, that is a reflection of you. That's a you problem. You look in the mirror, you deal with that shit. I'm gonna say what the fuck I gotta say regardless, truthfully. So as I said, we're tired of taking up for men. We're tired of taking the responsibility. We're tired of being blamed when you guys are the problem. If you're lonely, so what? We've been lonely for a very long time. We're over it.
We close here, and we close clearly. The story she shared at the beginning, a child being sexualized, is genuinely wrong. Full stop. No argument there. But then something interesting happened. That real pain got stirred into a pot with every other grievance, every man who ever disappointed her, every codependent mother, and every bald man in the comments. And out came a worldview where all men are beasts and her loneliness is entirely their fault. King's pain that has not been processed does not stay still. It spreads. And a man who walks into that without discernment becomes the next entry in the list. You cannot reap a good harvest in poisoned soil. A king protects his peace, not because he does not care about people's pain, but because he knows the difference between someone who is healing and someone who is recruiting for a war. Choose wisely, build well, and never take on the responsibility of fixing someone's broken story. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a man who needs to hear this. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell to stay updated. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.